Uh, okay, so I started seeing videos and tweets about this thing called the alt commentary community. And I was just thinking, okay, what the heck is this? I think I first heard about it from Ryan Rhino Mills, and at first I thought it was like a joke. Then Doodle Tones released a legitimate video about it, and I'm thinking, okay, it's Ephrom time. So, for those who do not know what happened, it basically started about 3 weeks ago, I believe, when during a live stream, Doodle Tones and some other people insulted Just a Robot. You know, that political commentator who's like, just a robot. I really enjoy Just a Robot's crap, by the way, so go check him out. Dylan Thomas made a video entitled DHT Commentaries, Emotion versus Logic, in which he defended Just a Robot from Doodle Tone. I really hate that word, by the way, defended. But anyway, in about 2 to 3 weeks went by, and Doodle Tones made her top 10 worst commentaries this year. Dylan Thomas's video, Emotions vs. Logic, was in the honorable mention. Now, in those honorable mentions, Doodle Tones claims that Dylan Thomas was strawmanning her. Which is funny because in the live stream that Dylan Thomas commentated on, Doodle Tones said logical fallacies mean nothing, and Dylan Thomas explained to Doodle Tones why logical fallacies are important. And what is a straw man, kids? A logical fallacy! Yay! Hypocrisy! And for the record, I watched Dylan's video, and I didn't notice any significant straw mans. Unless you count debunking someone's points as a straw man, in which case, you are an idiot. But anyway, Dylan Thomas temporarily changed his name to Jars White Knight and kept tweeting about that. I wasn't following that, however I read the tweets and they made some okay points, I guess. But what spawned from that is what was known as the Alt-CC. The alt commentary community is what CC stands for, in case you thought it stood for something like comment community, if you're a huge I Hate Everything fan. The main leaders of this alt-CC movement are Dylan Thomas, Jesus with a Bazooka 79, Edray 1416, and I have no clue how to pronounce this guy's name. It's spelled D-A-R-K S-Y-C-T-H-E. Dark Sitha? Apparently he pronounces it Dark Side, and I would want to make a joke throughout the rest of this video where I call him Dark Sitha. However, that would get really annoying, so I'm just going to call him Dark Side. And this is the Alt-CC movement, or the Alt-Commentary Community movement. Now, this got so big that Doodle Tones herself made a video in it, in which she makes one of the weirdest statements I've ever heard. Because the Alt-CC's main argument for separating themselves is that the CC is a hive mind. Doodle Tones' argument against that is, if it's a hive mind, why do commentators go against other commentators? Well, let's see. In a hive mind-like community, commentators will go against other commentators if said commentators aren't conforming. That's what a hive mind is. It's conformity. And the Alt-CC claims to be highly against hive minds. Now, you might be listening to this and assuming I'm a big Alt-CC member or something, when the truth is, while I do like the concept, I find Dylan's excuse to be kind of confusing. He is claiming the CC is a hive mind, which I'll give him could be considered true. However, the problem is any community has a hive mind issue, in the sense that what makes it a community, in a sense, makes it a hive mind in a smaller sense. Now granted, there are some communities where this is only a small thing and they bond together even though they have several differences, and there are some communities where it genuinely is just one big hive mind. However, creating a community free of hive minds is physically and impossible, and to say it isn't is intellectually dishonest, which is what Dylan claimed fallacies are. As for what I think will happen with the alt-CC, I don't know, and to claim otherwise would also be intellectually dishonest. I think people like YouTube Dude claiming the alt-CC is going to be crap are, I don't want to say idiotic, but I do think it is overreactionary and jumping the gun quite a bit. I also find it hilarious how the minute Dylan tries to distance himself from the CC, almost in a hive mind-like sense, jump on him for it. It's just funny to watch. Now, I was thinking why this is, and I realized the main reason the CC is kind of worried about the alt-CC is because Dylan Thomas is decently big. He has 7,000 subs. That's more than Doodle Tones and Rhino. The only commentator who's affiliated with the CC that has nearly that much is Manga Comment, who has about 1,000 more. So the alt-CC could genuinely be a threat. Now, of course, that's just an assumption. I don't know if the alt-CC is going to threaten the CC, and I think saying threaten the CC is hilarious. I also gotta love the fact how people like Blaze of Arcana, who was such a big fan of Dylan Thomas that he defended him from me, are now some of the biggest opponents of the alt-CC. You're not making yourself look good, Blaze of Arcana. And you are doing the exact same thing Darkseid was talking about in his CC rant. Yeah, you remember that? One of the members of the alt-CC? The people... And guess what the Illogical Reaper does in response to the alt-CC? He writes an overly long Tumblr post about it, predicting what it's going to be before it happens. Just like he wrote an overly long Twitlogger about Darkseid's rant on the CC before it happened. Also, note to the Illogical Reaper and anyone who used the Salt CC meme, that wasn't funny. And of course, there's the usual crap about how if you call out someone who calls you out, that means you can't take criticism. Yeah, tell that to a lawyer sometime. Legitimate points can be made while responding to criticism of you. Basically, defending yourself and being right are not mutually exclusive. And those are my thoughts on the alt-CC overall. I'm Sifro Joe, and good night.